Hello, welcome all. I welcome all the viewers in this blog series hosted by Shikuya. The blog series is Know Everything About Training and Placement, where Shikuya has taken an initiative to have an interaction with a couple of dynamic training and placement officers across India and to gain some productive insights from the training and placement ecosystem, from the hard work, from the efforts they put in order to place maximum students into different companies. So today we have a very eminent personality along with us today, Dr. Abhijeet Shah sir, and I welcome him on behalf of entire team of Shikuya in this first ever blog of Know Everything About Training and Placement. So welcome sir, welcome in this blog series.
Thank you, Chetan sir. I am having privilege to be the first training and placement officer to talk in this blog. So I would like to give maximum whatever possible information is there. I would like to give all the information so that it will be helpful for other fraternity as well as other students will get motivated from this, and they will get entirely benefit of the activities which we are conducting at Rajaram Bapu Institute of Technology, Islampur.
Sure, sir. Definitely, I hope and I have very much assurity about after hosting this particular blog. Not only all the students, but at the same time, many of the training and placement officers will be also getting so much of the huge insights. Because one thing I would like to note over here before actually starting with this particular interview, Dr. Shah sir, I am witnessing him. He has trained and placed more than around, I could say, 10,000 students in the last around 4 to 5 years from his particular institute, and I have witnessed more than 80 to 90% of the students are from rural background. They have adequate amount of knowledge from communication skill, aptitude, and technical knowledge from all these things. These, in spite of all these difficulties, in spite of all these hurdles, we know about the placement record of Rajaram Bapu Institute of Technology, and that is why today's interview is going to unfold the success story and the successful journey of the entire training and placement department of this particular institute. So, sir, I would like to start this particular interview right from your personal life and how did your childhood had started, how your upbringing has done, because these also things matters a lot into this entire ecosystem. So, I would like to ask you about the question about your childhood and your upbringing.
Okay, so as far as childhood is concerned, it is not as such directly related with any of the training placement activities or anything. But one childhood thing is there, that is quick decision making. So generally, I am having attitude of quick decision making. Whatever problem is coming immediately, I have tried to enforce some kind of decision. So starting with basically childhood, my date of birth is 18th March 1980. So I was born and brought up in Islampur only. I have completed my education in Marathi medium, that is up to 10th medium. I was with Adarsh Balak Mandir High School, Islampur. Followed by 12th, I have completed in science from Vidya Mandir Junior College. After that, I took admission for engineering in the same institute where I am working now, that is Rajaram Bapu Institute of Technology. I have completed my BE in automobile engineering in the year 2001. So, in the campus recruitment process, first ever I have experienced a campus recruitment. I was appeared for the recruitment drive of Mahindra and Mahindra.
Okay.
And fortunately, only 2 students from mechanical and automobile got selected, and I was one among them.
Okay.
So, I was selected for Mahindra and Mahindra in production department in Kandivali division. So it was the story in 2001.
Okay.
So I got selected in Mahindra and I got the experience of these kind of things at start. That is, HRs are there, then production managers, they are conducting interviews, what kind of questions they are asking. So I have faced these things as a candidate in 2001.
Okay.
So this was about my childhood and followed by completing graduation and then this thing. Unfortunately, in 2001, maybe you are aware or not, I don't know, a big recession came into industries.
Right.
So at that time, Mahindra has sent one letter to my home that saying that the recruitments we are postponing by 3 months.
Okay.
So I just stayed at home for 3 months and was doing some another courses, maybe of software courses. This Katia and Pro-E courses I have done. Unfortunately, due to maybe bad luck, again after 3 months, one letter came saying that we are cancelling the recruitment which are hold for this particular year. So you may try in the next year. So we will be able to accommodate you in the next year.
Okay.
So that kind of recruitments got cancelled, and after that immediately I need to step out the home, and I have gone for job hunting in Pune. So I have experienced when I am a student and I am going in Pune for asking for job.
Okay.
So what is the situation that I have faced for another 2 months? So I have gone through that particular experience also, that going to door by the companies, for the companies, sharing the resumes, going to placement agencies, everything I have experienced. And from the placement agencies, again I have offered with one job. So that job I have got in October 2001, and I was placed as an R&D engineer in Duroshocks Private Limited, which is one of the shock absorber manufacturing company and situated at Sanaswadi, Pune. So I went and stayed at Sanaswadi. I was actually staying in Chandan Nagar.
Okay.
Sanaswadi was actually 1 hour from there, and I have joined there. So I have completed that particular job for 1 year or so. But because of maybe health issues as well as very much hectic schedule, you can say, so I have left that particular job in 2002. So 1 year I have worked as R&D engineer. So I have got 1 year of industry experience as well. And after this 2002, I have joined in teaching profession in RIT. So in RIT, I have joined for as a lecturer in 2003, and from there, again I was there at that time working as an ad hoc staff member. So I was not having this kind of permanent appointment or so. So I have joined here, but fortunately I have got another job which is permanent. Immediately after 6 months, I got job in another one organization in Jalgaon.
Okay.
So I shifted to Jalgaon in 2003 end. So that college name was Suresh Dada Jain College of Engineering. So I joined Suresh Dada Jain College of Engineering in Jalgaon 2003. So I have worked there for 2 years. And again, my hometown, as you are aware, it is Islampur.
Right.
So of course, I am having passion to come to Islampur only. And there was again vacancies were there at Rajaram Bapu Institute of Technology. So meanwhile, in this 2004, I have taken admission for PG at PVPIT Budgaon Sangli. So I have started my ME. So I was ME appeared student at that time in 2005. Unfortunately, there were requirements for lecturer in automobile engineering department. So I have joined automobile engineering department in 2005. And meanwhile, in 2006, I worked hard and I have got my ME degree completed. So I have got then permanent job here in RIT. So I got permanent order after completing my ME, and I am here from that time 2007 onwards.
Great, sir. Great. Now I can relate that being from the same vicinity, having experienced that, how it has from any student from the Marathi medium coming into engineering college, then struggling to get that first job, then even after that, how to get into the academics at the right position, even how to go into door-to-door companies, how to impress all those HRs. And I can relate how can you work into this entire field that much passionately, that much effectively, and I could add one more word into that is that much accurately. One more thing you have added into this thing, that your decision making process has become very much fast, and it has very much accurate. And even I witness that whenever I come to you for any problem, whenever I come to you for anything which has to be included into academics, I got any decision at that point itself. So I have witnessed that whatever you have said. Now, the next question or the next point of discussion where I would like to take this interview further is what was that drive or what was that movement which has struck into your mind to switch to the academics by leaving the corporate or by leaving the industry behind? Because getting into corporates nowadays, it is thankless job because teacher teaches so many students, they get recruited in so many big companies, even they got a job offer multiple times than the teachers.
Yes.
So what was that inspiration, what was that drive which has made you enter into this academic life?
Yes. So entering into academics, initially, frankly speaking, it was accidental.
Okay.
But when I was there working in Shocks for 1 year, I understood that this is not my cup of tea.
Okay.
So I was working, you are not going to believe, morning 8 o'clock I am reporting, and I was working till 10 o'clock in the night.
Okay.
So the duty time was almost 14 hours.
Right.
So every day that situation is there. And after going to 10 o'clock to home, again they are expecting me to report at 8 o'clock. And I am not allowed to go even at 8:15 also.
Okay.
And I need to travel for 1 hour. So it was a mess, and maybe all companies are not doing like that. If good multinationals are there, then definitely some work timing is there. Maybe extra work is required, no doubt. But at that time, I have decided that maybe because of some family issues and all, I have to shift to my hometown. That was the main constraint. And secondly, first when I joined in academics, I was thinking that initially we have not taught anything, how we are going to teach. All these things are coming in my mind. But believe me, after working for 1 week, I have got so much interest
Okay.
because I was involved with new subjects. Every time some students are asking some questions. So it is quite interesting. So I have started studying more number of things.
Okay.
Suppose, for example, any topic we are teaching, like engine. So it is a curiosity for a student to understand the engine.
Okay.
And as a faculty member, we can correlate that engine that you are having vehicles. So which type of engine you are using. So you are going on petrol pumps. So on petrol pumps, it is written TEL, tetraethyl lead. So what is tetraethyl lead? That curiosity should be there. So because of that, I have entered into deep of academics, and I have got so much interest. So because of that, even if I am getting new subjects, I am not feeling anything bored. So I am habituated to collect information, and I am sharing the information with the students, and I am trying to correlate that information with real life always. Suppose I am teaching heat transfer, so I am giving examples like we are preparing a tea. So which kind of heat transfer is happening there? So like from gas burner to pot, there is a conduction. Then from pot to water, there is a convection. Then from that water to outside air, there is radiation. So like that, whatever things everywhere you are going to see, I am trying to correlate the things. So that is why I got the interest in heat transfer, more IC engine, like these subjects. So I got interest of thermal engineering mostly. So because of this interest, I have decided to go for further studies. Like I have gone for PhD. And my institute has supported me like anything. RIT has sponsored me for PhD for entirely 3 years, full time. So I have joined National Institute of Technology Warangal, NIT Warangal, Institute of National Importance in July 2011. So I was there from July 2011 to January 2015. So it took almost 3.5 years. I was out of the college. I was not here physically present. Institute has sponsored me for the project. At that time, institute has supported me with salary also. So I have departed, or rather deputed, on full scale for doing PhD for the benefit. And then in January 2015, I have completed my PhD and I have joined the institute again. And talking about, you said that decision making. So I am not hesitating to take decisions,
Right.
and I am sure that decision, it may be right or wrong, but I have to take a decision. Like immediately I have decided to go to Pune, start the job. Immediately I have decided to go to Islampur, start academics. Immediately I have decided to go to permanent job at Jalgaon.
Right.
Then I was decided to go to permanent job at RIT.
Right.
Suddenly I have decided to go for PG,
Right.
PhD. So because of this reason, I am confident that whatever decisions I am taking, some thinking level I am applying, and I am trying to take the decisions further. So these are the some of the examples of my life about taking the decisions.
Right. One more thing I would like to add over here, sir. There are some people who take the right decision, but to Dr. Shah, sir, as far as I have witnessed, he take decision first and then prove that decision is right. So that is what even I have experienced in many of the couple of things which we have also executed at RIT. He first takes decision and then he makes sure that how that decision will be right. So that even one more thing which I would like to note over here, that he has told about the real-time experiences of any teaching thing has to be given to the students. I think this is a legacy that RIT is carrying since many years, because I have witnessed in one of the demo lecture which I was giving in front of the director madam, she had also asked me the question, what is the importance of this average concept in the day-to-day life of the student? So I think this is a legacy of RIT which each and every person, each and every people in RIT is carrying with him. The next question I would like to add, or I would like to ask over here, sir. What are the major milestones in the entire your journey of the academics, right from, you said, right from 2001 to till now? So what are the major milestones that you can remember, or that they have written in a golden words in the entire life of academics? What are the such incidences that you can quote over?
Talking about academics, very first thing is from I was the third university topper. So I have got 79.67 and I was stood third in Shivaji University, Kolhapur. That was the first milestone which is achieved. Followed by that, I have completed MTech in design, and I was the first student of PVPIT Gurgaon. So ours is the 18 student batch. So I was the first student who has, and PVPIT's first batch of design engineering. So I was the first student who is able to complete the MTech, ME. Second thing is, of course, in completing the PhD, it is golden word we can say. From after doing PhD only, I came to certain limelight, you can say, and I was known to people. Followed by that, my marriage took place in 2009. I sent my wife to her home for 3 years, and I went alone for doing the PhD. And I was staying alone in Warangal for 3.5 years. Even I was cooking my food on my own, because in Warangal there is just rice and rasam, these things are there, and we can't eat such things every day. So I used to cook every day, cooking and working. So these two things I have done for continuously 3.5 years. So because of that, completing PhD is much more important, because at that time, number of PhD holders are very, very less. And at that time, institute also want people who are completed PhD, who have completed PhD, that too from reputed institutes. So that was a major milestone, and my entire life got changed after January 2015. So after January 15 only, my real journey, what you can say, in this particular field, means up till now I was only associated with academics. 2015. I don't know even T and P of training and placement. Because in this position. So 2015-16, after coming back, I have got a charge of head of program of MTech Automobile. So I have started looking after MTech program of automobile engineering. and I have handled that particular position for about 2 years.
Okay.
So from 2015 to 17, I was working as a head of program of MTech Automobile Engineering, and incidentally, I have entered in training and placement from 2018. It is
Okay.
2018.
Okay.
So in between 2017, I have got shifted to mechanical department.
Okay.
So up till 2017, I was associated with automobile engineering department, but because of vacancy and positions, I got promoted to associate professor. That too in mechanical engineering. That too my area is thermal engineering, heat transfer. So I have promoted to associate professor in thermal engineering, MTech thermal engineering. So 2017, I have joined the mechanical engineering department in the same institute. And 2018, one day, our director has called me, and there was very much disturbed condition of training and placement in that 2 years, that is 16, 17 and 18. So they were looking for some leadership position who can handle or who can root this particular department of training and placement. So some misconceptions have happened in 2015, 16, 17. Because of that, everywhere some disturbance was there. Activities are not aligned. Haphazard manner placements are happening. So these things were there. So at that time, our director has called me. And directly, she has told me that you have to take the charge of head training and placement. So initially, I have said no.
Okay.
So why no? I have told because I said I have completed my PhD.
Right.
I want to do the research, and I need time for research.
Right.
So it is not possible for me directly to go with this. This is totally new for me.
Right.
I need to spare time for this. So my research will go behind, academics will go behind if I am being engaged in this. But our director madam has given the word to support me in each and every activity. Let it be training placement, let it be academics, let it be whatever. And she is having confidence in me that you can do this. So that is why on 18 January 2018, 18 January 18. So I have took the charge of head training and placement. And from that time, I am with training and placement department.
So actually, I was about to ask you the question about when have you started your journey with the training and placement ecosystem, which you have already covered in your last answer. One important thing which I would like to ask you, the moment when you had taken a charge as a head training and placement, and when you have started doing into all the activities, what are the major challenges that you have faced, or what are the major challenges that you thought into getting for the working for the first time into training and placement ecosystem?
Okay, so as I already told, I have not worked in this section before that. Of course, I was associated with RIT for 12 years before joining training and placement, right from 2005. And those 3 years I was out of college. So almost 9 years I was working with RIT. But I have not entered in this department in these 9 years. So my way of working is actually first when I have taken the charge, first I need to understand what activities are supposed to do by training and placement cell. I have taken the feedback of all previous TPOs that have handled this particular responsibility in their tenure. Placements are good, what they have done, what activities they used to do, then what type of trainings are required to give to students, then database of companies, which are the different companies which are in already in connect with RIT, which are the new companies which we can connect with RIT. So that initial study, it took around 1 month or so, and I'm having a good team of all training placement coordinators. So initially I used to take huge number of meetings that for understanding these things. So what are the things previous training placement officers are doing, what these guys are doing, how they are coordinating with the students for handling the training activities of the students, who is the coordinating this, how you are proceeding for giving the trainings. So like this all activities I have understood first, and then after 1 month I have started my own planning. So in that my own planning I have understood that most of the students are from rural background. This is first thing. So when they are appearing for the interviews, so one thing I came to know from these feedback collection and all these things, even though technically you are not so much sound, but communication wise you should be sound. That is requirement. So first and foremost thing I have done, it is I have to make the students talkative. That is the first target. Rather than any other thing, rather than so much rounds are there like aptitude, technical interview, all these things. Rather than that, first thing is communication that we need to work on. Second thing is I have seen that so many students are not able to cross the first stage of interview, that is aptitude test. So this is the second, what you can say, struggle. So first challenge is communication, second challenge is aptitude. So in 2018, as RIT is autonomous institute, with the help of Dean Academics and Director RIT, we have decided to include these two components into the curriculum. So that whenever the students are there in third year or when they will come into final year, they should be ready for appear the interviews. So because of this, the things which are going to cover these two aspects. First aspect is communication skill, second aspect is aptitude. These two things we want to include in the curriculum. So very first thing we have done that, we have allotted some credits so that each and every student need to pass that. And then only he will be able to go for final year and he will be allowed to go for campus recruitment drives. This is the main one thing we have done. Secondly, along with these two things, it is very much essential that some rounds are there like group discussion. So again, it is a parallel to communication skill only. So for group discussion, what we have done, we have again included some new courses in curriculum like leadership skills, then some other aspects, body language, all these aspects we have included in the curriculum. So because of including in curriculum these things, our students, they got motivated that placement cell is putting their all efforts for placement. And incidentally, because of it is included in syllabus, we have got the support from O2 Breathing Brains, which is under Shikoya umbrella only O2 Breathing Brains is working. So O2 Breathing Brains from last almost 4 years when I was there, from that time, we are associated with O2 Breathing Brains for complete training of aptitude. Now recently O2 Breathing Brains, they have started again soft skills as well. And that particular first batch, we are going to see the results maybe in next year itself. So these particular things which we have included in curriculum, they have helped a lot for improving the students. And because of that, what is happened is strike ratio of selections is getting improved. Like earlier, the companies like TCS, they are recruiting only the numbers in the range 30 to 40 students. But from last 2 years, we are getting the digits like 81, 90. These many number of students are getting placement in TCS. So this is the result of this. So main constraint is aptitude and communication, and we need to work on aptitude and communication to the most possible extent. Then and then only your placement ratio, placement percentage is going to give improvement year on year.
Exactly. Now, I would like to also add one more thing to whatever you people have taken a decision 5 years ago and how it is helping all the students even right now. Because right now, all the mass recruiters like TCS, Wipro, Cognizant, all they people start conducting the recruitment drive right from the month of July. When all the students from rest other all colleges start preparing their aptitude and these all the things right from the month of April, our students have already prepared all of these things till the April or May. They just revise all the things, they just start doing the technical, and that is the reason now I'm about to ask this question. Now, in the last couple of years, like 2 or 3 years, mass recruiters have started recruiting with huge numbers. But at the same time, there remains a huge challenge for getting most of the students from core branch to get selected into all of these companies. But as far as I have seen, RIT has very much huge successful into even selecting the students. Even I remember there are around 20 to 30 students from even mechanical branch who got selected in TCS, the same students from civil who got selected in the Wipro and many other companies. So I would like to ask this question: how you make this possible, even though the students from core branch like mechanical, civil, electrical, to get them placed into this mass recruitment IT companies? So how do you make this happen?
Yes. So from last 2 years, all of you are aware that we are facing Corona and all these things. Students are working from home, teachers are teaching from home or from college. So we have identified that many of the software companies, generally we are reading the news as well as uh, the economic times. So from there, we understood that there is a huge potential in software industry, and now industries are going for industry 4.0. So whatever the courses essential for industry 4.0, industries are ready to recruit these students, and there are huge number of projects received by these multinationals like Cognizant is there, TCS is there, Accenture is there, Capgemini is there. So there is a huge potential in these companies, because for getting the projects they need to show the people that we are having on board these many thousands of people.
Right,
So they want to show that figure.
right.
Then and then only they are getting the
Projects.
projects. So mechanical industry is different. They don't need to show anything.
Right.
But software industry, for getting the projects, they need to show the mass. Head count is required. So that thing we have identified, and from last 2 years, we are giving specific training to some of the selected students other than soft branch students. Like we are making batches of mechanical student, some interested 60-70 students, for automobile, civil, electrical 60-70 students. We are appointing staff members from CSE and IT department,
Okay.
and we are training these students.
Okay.
And that training we are generally completing before final year. So in third year, second sem only, we used to train them on the technologies like C, C++, Java, and because of that, they are not having say fear of C, C++, Java, and all these things.
Right.
Because C, C++ already we have included in the syllabus of mechanical automobile. But students are not doing seriously for only that particular subject they are doing. But what industries want, that particular content we are teaching them in third year, second semester. So they are not getting fear of what you can say these companies, and they used to give the drives, because aptitude, of course, aptitude is taken care for each and every student.
Right.
And aptitude curriculum also, as per the need of the industry, we are modifying the curriculum, because of autonomy we can do this.
Right.
Because of autonomy, if we don't want this particular content, instead of that we want another content, so immediately we can put that. That is the flexibility that autonomy has given to us.
Right.
So because of this reason, in these multinationals, so you have told figure 20 or 30, but our mechanical 70 students are placed in software industry this year, 2022. Even automobile 18 students are placed.
Great.
Civil also 10 students are placed.
Oh.
So of course CSIT already in first 2 months only our placements are completed. Hardly 2 or 3 students are remaining, and that is the thing. Because of this reason, because of these kind of special trainings, Now there are some other aspects also, like what industries want. Some industries are approached us, the students who are knowing just German or Japanese, share the database with these students to us. So we are having German and Japanese training in campus. Our some students are doing certification of German and Japanese. So we are sharing database of these students to the companies, and companies are going to take interviews of these students, and ultimately these students got offers from these companies because they are having so many Japanese clients. And they don't have the engineers, those who are knowing the Japanese. So because of this reason, this is one more way we have identified. Right now we are working on some other languages also. That is Spanish is there. So we are now in plan of putting Spanish interested students. So this is just some whatever industry want quickly, we need to decide quickly, we need to start the batch. So that my ability of taking quick decision has helped me here.
Right. Even one more thing which even I have witnessed and even I have seen in the last couple of years, even after pandemic of COVID-19, when all the mechanical students, automobile students, even there are some students, those are very much restricted. They only want to do a job in core industries only. There are also a couple of students, they don't want to go into software companies, even they have a job offers into software company. And what I have seen into RIT, along with the companies from the softwares like Persistent, then Cognizant, and all the couple of companies they used to bring in the campus. Along with them, there are also at the same time core companies from mechanical, automobile, these domain as well. They also used to bring their placement opportunities on campus, and students also getting huge lot of opportunities from mechanical, automobile as well. So what is the secret behind getting so many core branch opportunities as well to the students from mechanical and automobile, and how did you make that happen as well?
So bringing more number of companies, bringing more number of core industries, it is not the role of single training and placement officer. It is a cumulative effort. Like you may be knowing NIRF ranking. So if you are in top 200 of NIRF ranking, companies are connecting with you directly. They will be asking for the data from the institute. But now, previously we are in top 200. Now we are at 226 rank. So 200 to 250 rank, that band. So some companies approached us because of this. This is one reason that we are NIRF ranking institute. Secondly, we are having all the accreditations like NBA, all branches are accredited. We are having NAC accreditation. So because of these three reasons, it is easy for us to represent our institute in front of industries. So whenever we are going to industries, generally first time HR is going to ask that what are the salient features of your institute. So these three features we need to tell first. After this, secondly, we have tried to maintain relations of our huge database of alumni. So institute is established in 1983. So almost it is 38-year-old institute. So we do have huge database of the alumni, and so many alumni are working at top positions in the organizations. So these alumni are also helping for getting companies down to campus. This is second way. Third way is, in our graduation ceremony, we used to bring great personalities like Honorable Ratan Tata. We have invited for first graduation ceremony. Then we have invited Kishore Patil from KPIT Commencement. Then we have invited Sanjay Kirloskar from Kirloskar. Recently we have invited Force Marshal. So Honorable Naushad Forbes, he was the chief guest for graduation day. So like this we have tried to connect more number of industries. So software industries already, whenever companies are coming, seeing the performance of our students, companies themselves are coming that we would like to work with your students. So it is all because of mainly strict academic schedule, first thing. student has to attend each and every class. Their attendance should be 75%. So that we are ensuring that students are attending, students are in getting the knowledge. So because of this, our students are technically sound and they are performing very well when they are working in the industries. So industries also, they are knowing that student quality from RIT is to somewhat level, it is better in this region. So if you see merit wise also, after Walchand College, we are parallel to Karad government. So our merit of Karad, this RIT is equivalent to Karad government, but below it is Walchand College of Engineering, Sangli. So this is one more reason that meritorious students are there, and our strictness, like you can say that this is school only, this is not a college. So school level discipline we are trying to maintain in this campus. Like student has to attend 75%. They have to give all the exams. They should be punctual. Even though student is having attendance less than 75, we used to send letters to their parents, and we used to call these parents to campus.
Right.
So that particular student must attend after that. So this strictness still we are following. So there are a number of factors which are responsible for these connects. And of course, our team and myself, we used to visit n number of organizations, and we are always behind companies to connect more and more number of companies. And ultimately, if this number increases, ultimately placement count is going to increase.
Right.
So there is direct relation. Whatever industries are coming, accordingly number of placements are going to increase. That is why if you see last 2 years, even though pandemic is there, our placement percentage graph is like this only.
Right.
Because I was also worried last year that now pandemic is there, even industries are not allowing to enter. Because whenever I am taking appointment, they are saying, sir, you talk on phone, we cannot allow you because of COVID.
Okay.
So in that situation, I was really worried about placements. What will happen? That whatever record we have built, that is 75% across all branches, that record is going to break.
Right.
So that fear was there 2 years before. But things worked well. Industries accepted the students, and everything gone well. And almost we have breached that record, and we reached the 80% plus.
Yes.
In 20 as well as 21. And almost for 22 also, our placements are in that range only. So even though pandemic is there and this thing is there, number of core companies, number of software companies. Talking about number of software companies, the companies which are not allowing our student, that companies have called me.
Right.
For enrollment in their campus drive. So specifically, I would like to tell a name, Cognizant.
Okay.
So now in this region, only Walchand College and RIT is allowed for Cognizant drive. So we are the first member. This year we have added.
Right.
So that is because of recognitions, our follow-up, joining ratio, all these things are going to matter in this.
So now I would like to, you have completely, mentioned about how you have came into the journey, how you have came into the picture of training and placement ecosystem, how you have made the things happen and all these things. Now, as you said, January 2018, the moment when you had joined, and now I remember January 2022, you have completed your
4 years.
4 years.
Yes.
So what do you think is the secret behind this entire success which you have gained in all the 4 years?
Main secret is hard work and follow. That is the only 2 words I can say. Because we used to get phone calls, mails, daytime, night time, anytime you see, my screen time itself is around 6 hours a day.
Okay.
So every time some phone calls, then follow-up is required, then my team. So everything I cannot do as such.
Right.
So I am having one full-time assistant to TPO, Mr. Parth. So he is continuously handling mailbox, because preparing data in certain format, sending to company, taking follow-up, and arranging the drive. This is one part.
Right.
Getting the company is one part.
Right.
And handling all these things is another part.
Coordination. Right.
So like that, I am having a team of degree, diploma. That from degree we are having nearly 10 members. For diploma we are having 5 members. So 10 plus 5, 15. For MBA we are having 1 member, 2 members, and BBA 1 member. Like that, I am having a team of 18 members. So these 18 members are working continuously, connecting companies. So centrally, I am coordinating the activities. We used to go for industrial visits. Generally, I have visited each and every industry of each and every branch. Like I have visited civil industries, MBA, mechanical, automobile. So centrally, I need to take care of all these branches. So it has given some different experience. So talking with a civil guy, I am from mechanical background, but I have to deal with civil guy.
Right.
So HR is telling his requirement
Right.
from civil point of view. So some proper skill sets I try to understood what you want from our civil graduates. Then that information need to be percolated to head of department and training placement coordinator. And then that type of training need to be given
To the
to the students. Then only they will be allowed to appear for that
companies.
company. So this is like kind of loop is there. So that particular thing helped me. So in this field, requirement is hard work and follow up. These two things are required. Follow up means what? Whenever I am trying to connect with some company, that HR may be in some meeting. So follow up means again after 1 hour or 2 hours I need to call him. Then if he said call me after 4 days, I need to note down. I have talked with him on 9th. I have to call him on 13th. Then on 13th I can say, you sir, you have told me to call on 9th. Then things will work out. If we are saying in first call he has to come for drive, no one will come. So follow up is very much important in this field, and hard work of course is essential.
Now I'm coming to that question, because even I have seen you working around 15 to 16 hours, because I have seen you coming back from Pune in the Islampur at 2 o'clock in the morning and joining again college at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and again working for the whole day. And even on that particular day, you call me at 9 o'clock, ki, Chetan sir, this particular test has to be arranged, this has to be done for aptitude, this activity we have to do. So all these things even I am witnessing without thinking of how many clock hours you are working, without thinking of what kind of results or what kind of fruits are you extra getting out of this particular job. Because even I used to say to all the training and placement officers, they are not getting nothing extra for doing that extra job. But even that, it is thankless. So because students will be expecting this year they will get package of 3.5 lakhs. Next year they'll expect, last year we had got, our seniors had got 3.5, so we should get 5 lakhs. So the expectations are increasing day by day. So what is that inspiration for working day and night, for working without even thinking for clock hours, and by doing such a huge hard work? What is the inspiration behind that? Because everyone who works such a hard, they need some inspiration, they need some motivation.
There is only one answer for this one word: responsibility. Everyone has to take the responsibility. Higher authorities have faith in me. They have given some responsibility, and I have to complete it to the most possible extent. So I am thinking that responsibility has given to me and I have to complete it at any cost. So let it be, I need to work 15 hours, 20 hours or 24 hours. So I have to complete my responsibility, and I should give justice to this particular post which institute has given me. So I would like to appeal to all the persons, not only training and placement officers only. So the other members, try to be responsible. Even though you are teaching, teach with wholeheartedly. So that student has to understand that concept. You do that, but do that with responsibility. Training placement officer, it is your job to give the opportunities to the students, prepare them for the drives. Finally, selection is in his hand. He has to perform in front of company delegates. So we are not there to tell him that tell this answer, tell that answer. He has to give his own answers. So there is only one answer for this is responsibility. And talking about monetary, nothing else we are getting.
Right.
So whatever things given by institute, they are more than enough, we can say, because institute itself has sent me for 3.5 years outside.
Right.
Because the staff members who are working with me now also they have not completed their PhD. But I have completed the PhD and joined long back, and I am enjoying the fruits.
Right.
So this particular thing institute has given me, so I have to give back to institute. So
Now
that is the
was-
responsibility of me, and I am completing that responsibility part. Even though maybe I am not in this position, I am working maybe with some other portfolio like research and development or maybe any other thing. So I will give full justice to that particular job. Not only this job, even though I am training and placement head, I used to take 2 subjects.
Yes.
One for
Yes.
UG I am taking, where I am teaching engine and refrigeration now in this semester. 80 students are there in that class. And for PG I am teaching 1 course. So I have not detached with academics. So my academic knowledge also need to be given to the students.
That is what I have said. Such a huge hard work. Even I witness every day. You teach around 4 hours, 1 practical, 1 or 2 lectures will be there for every day, and
No,
around
that I have only 6 lectures will be there
for the entire week.
for the week. So every day at least 1 or 2 lectures.
Some lectures. Right.
Practicals, 1 practical was there, but because of these activities and phone calls, I have told to remove that.
Great. So I must congratulate the entire management of RIT, all the students of RIT for getting such a wonderful and nice and the trustworthy person, in order to help them for their placements, for their recruitment, and all these things. One more thing which I have witnessed in the entire conversation, in the entire interaction, sir, is the culture is something which is very important to understand from that particular institute. And even being around 80 to 90% the students from the rural background, you were known about the culture of the students from the same vicinity. And that is one of the reasons you have played a huge role into uplift things like communication, aptitude, and so many other things. So here I would like to ask one more question on behalf of all those training and placement officers who are working such a huge heart from all those rural backgrounds, that maybe even we work with Mahagaon, Gadinglas College, the students from such a huge rural background. So what is your say or what is your opinion about the students from the rural background? How can stay in such a global competition, and how do you make that happen at your institute? Even 80 to 90% student being from the rural background, how do you make them sustain into such a global competition?
There are maybe 2 sides are there.
Right.
So students from RIT, the responsibility is of RIT to train them.
Right.
But the students who are from a rural background, say any small town from Kolhapur district, Sangli district, or any other Pune district, so students have to prepare themselves. So generally what I am observing is students are shy. They are not speaking in English with their friends also. So when they are generally making the conversation in Marathi, they should remember that we have to face the interviews in English. So first thing they have to do is at least they need to speak with their friend in English for some time every day.
Right.
Secondly, they need to read English newspapers. So I'm not saying full paper they need to sit and read for a day. So whatever small news are there, they every day they need to spend minimum 15 to 20 minutes in reading these news, so that there are 2 benefits. One is there is vocabulary building is there, and their fear of talking in English is going to reduce. So these 2 things, every student, irrespective of any college, any student, even though student from city, they have to practice this, so that their fear of talking in English, they may think that now we are talking in English, someone may laugh.
Right.
So this fear has to break. Then only it is possible that these students will perform better and better in the interviews, and there is a huge possibility of selections. Simultaneously, they need to work on technical aspects of technical side, because there are two interviews. One is technical interview, another one is HR interview. So for both things, they need to be prepared. Second, one more thing I forgot to tell here is whenever companies are coming for the recruitment, after recruitment drive, we used to take the feedback of the HRs about how were our students, what improvement you want in our students. So there is one feedback form we have designed, and this feedback we are taking from each and every HR who is coming and taking interviews of RIT students. So this particular activity has helped us a lot. And this particular feedback, we try to give that feedback to the departments that these things are there, these things need to be included in the curriculum. If communication is there, we are informing to our training placement coordinators that you conduct mock interviews of these students. And then only you allow these students for the interviews. So in final year, when they are entering, we are conducting one-to-one mock interviews of the students by all the faculty members. So each and every student have faced at least 2 to 3 interviews, and then only we are asking him to appear for the campus recruitment. In between, so many things we are doing that I have not explained much, that so many aptitude tests we are conducting. We are having a number of softwares like grammar softwares are there. Then we are having Get Tutor software. Club activities are there. So many other activities are there. They are indirectly helping the students for preparing for the placements. So cumulative effect is more number of selections.
Actually, we are now tending towards the final end of this interview. Now here I would like to ask 2 more important questions. Along with the placements, even students are aspiring to go into various other opportunities as well. So civil services are there, post-graduations are there. So that may be a preparation for GATE, that may be a preparation for GRE, TOEFL, all these kind of foreign education things are there. So how do you make how do you give the exposure for all these kind of things at your institute for your student? Because as a training and placement officer, that comes under this category as well, because many of the students, they say that we are not interested for placements, we are interested for GRE or to go for MS. So how do you give exposure to such a students to go for these different kind of things?
Yes, that is one big area where RIT is working from last 5 years. What we are doing is, of course, it comes under training and placement only. So generally, we are taking interest of the students first, right from 3rd year. 2nd year, we are taking the interest, like students who are interested in GRE, TOEFL, or civil services, MPSC, UPSC. We are making separate groups of students. We are having separate competitive exam cell, which is headed by Professor Ranjit Patil of Mechanical Engineering Department. So we are organizing frequently programs for the students who are aspiring for doing MPSC and UPSC. They want to join civil services. So that is competitive exam cell is separate cell is there. Likewise, for taking care of GRE TOEFL, we are having Office of International Affairs. So under Office of International Affairs, it is headed by Dr. Shailesh Shirgupikar, and he himself already has visited some 3-4 countries, like he went to Malaysia, Taiwan. So he has global exposure. So he used to handle this particular responsibility. We are running specific batches for GRE in our campus. We have appointed a trainer from Kolhapur, and that trainer used to come to RIT campus, and that training batch is separate one. So generally, nearly 45 to 50 students of RITians, they are going for doing MS in good universities with scholarships. Basically, 80% mob is moving to USA, 20% mob it is moving to countries like Canada and all, Germany and Canada. So like this, we are taking care of separate this cell, that is global education cell, and this one is competitive exam cell. Similarly, one more cell we are having, that GATE cell. That is also separate gate cell is there.
Okay.
Some students are specifically doing preparing for appearing for the gate. So we are arranging specific. We are already tied up with two organizations. Those who are taking care of this particular activity of coaching the students in view of gate examination.
Right.
So our gate count is also good. GRE count is also good. Civil services count somewhat we are lagging. That we are planning in future how to increase that. We are about to start some of the courses of this civil services in our institute. That is our future plan. In that region, still we have not got the success to that much level. We are planning that, in plan of that.
So we can say it is one of the very progressive institute which not only focuses on only placements but at the same time on the global education, on the civil services, on the entrepreneurship as well.
Yes.
I would like to tell.
Yes, entrepreneurship I forgot.
So many of the students are also doing entrepreneurship. They are having their own startups. So this kind of culture is going on under the leadership of Dr. Abhijeet Shah and under the leadership of all the entire team at the training and placement. Now here I would like to ask one more important question, sir. Apart from your experience which you have gained in the last couple of 5-6 years in the entire training and placement, and apart from that also we have gained a lot of things into academics as well. So what is your prediction about the employment ratio in the next 3 years? What will happen in the industry and how does the entire placement ecosystem will go on? Because right now everything is very much excited to know about the future, because the pandemic has completely changed the entire placement scenario. Many of the mechanical people, even they were experienced, they were taking huge lot of salaries. They have been, got the termination letter from the company. So these all the things have happened in the last couple of years. So what is your prediction in the next 3 years? What will happen in the industry?
So this particular question, I have taken answer from some HRs. I would like to share here.
Okay.
One of the answer. So I have asked clearly that there is a boom in software industry for right now from last year, this year. Till what time this boom will continue? Maybe right now everybody has opened up CS, IT, artificial intelligence, machine learning, this, that. So all software engineers are coming out. After 4 years, huge number of software engineers will come out.
Right.
So whether same requirement will be there after 4 years or not? So at the time he has answered this particular question that requirement will be there even after 4 years.
Okay.
But their salary ranges are going to be down.
Okay.
So right now the companies are offering 5 lakh, 6 lakh, 4 lakh. At that time they may offer 3 lakh.
For the freshers.
Okay. So previously core industries, they are offering 1.8, 2.4. Like that figures will come for software industries.
Okay.
Requirement will be there, but payment ratio is going to be decreased.
Right.
Secondly, as we are knowing that lot of startups are coming up in India. So startups are recruiting in huge number. Even though the giants are not going to recruit, startups are recruiting. So there is no problem for good skill sets.
Okay.
If you are having good skill set, if you are having ability to learn, definitely you will get the placement. So as such, placement is not going to affect for another 3 years if you are going to learn the things which industry demands.
Okay.
Like now industries are demanding some other technologies. So we are shifting our focus now from C, C++ to some other thing. So that thing need to be studied by the students. And because of that, you will get the answer in next year that some other companies are coming to us. So like that, this thing is that you should take care of what industry want. If you are understanding that your product you can sell, if you are not identifying that, your product will remain as it is. So you need to train your product what industry wants. If we are giving that particular training, there will be no any hampering of the placement, what I think of. So for another 3 years, maybe for RIT I am specifically want to tell, placement figures will be in this range only.
Okay.
They will not drastically down, they will not drastically high. Still, we are trying for companies now, those who are going to offer above 7 lakh only.
Okay.
So now we are saying no to companies who are giving below 3 lakh.
Right.
We are bluntly saying no. So 4 years before, this situation was not there.
Okay.
So whoever is giving whatever salary is offering, we are used to allow it.
Yes.
But frankly speaking, I have said no to number of companies
Okay.
because of this salary and bond issue. So I don't think in another 3 years this will change much. So hopefully we will get good numbers. Subjected to, we have to feed the student accordingly. We have to train the students accordingly. Again, I am afraid of this batch. 2 years they have studied online.
Right.
So what they will answer when they will come next year for the interviews? That is my worry.
Right.
So because of that, maybe somewhat placement percentage may hamper what I am feeling. Requirement will be there, but student has to perform. And because they have studied online, I don't know how many percent they have understood. They have given online exams, they have passed. I don't know what will happen.
Right. So that depends on how much they
Yes.
prepare in the next coming years.
Yes.
For around for this third year batch, only 4, 5, 6 months are remaining only.
Yes.
From July onwards, companies will start. So it depends on how much we work for these 5 months, and that will give us the results. So
Yes.
now, sir, I am moving towards the end of this interview, and here I would like to add some fun and some personal questions into this particular interaction, and I hope you don't mind to answer them. So,
Is it required?
yes. So even by working such a hard, by doing such a huge hard work-life balance is very important in each and every human's life. So what do you do in your free time, and what give you more fun, more enjoyment to do in your free time, which boosts your energy, which boosts your psychological level? So what is that thing you do in your free time?
Frankly speaking, there is no free time. Because even though I am going in home, my phone is on.
Right.
So my family members are shouting on me that how many times you are speaking. So there is no free time. But still, if I get some free time, I used to surf on internet
Okay.
for seeing new things,
Okay.
like some outlooks of, say, new happenings
Okay.
or some new websites. So these things I am referring.
Okay.
I am having what you can say, addiction towards financial aspects.
Okay.
So I used to read all finance related things.
Okay. Okay.
So that is my
Hobby.
hobby, you can say. That knowing about financial things, what are happening, how the things are moving, like share market and all these things. I used to study that, not much, but in my free time I used to work on that.
We'll have some couple of rapid fire questions. Quickly, I'll give some options and
I would like to give some investment advice also to the
Okay.
viewers.
Yes. Sure.
So right now, might be viewers have observed that banks are giving very less rate of interest. Hardly they are giving 5%, 4%, 6%, and your amount is going to block for 1 year, 2 year, 3 years. Other than that, I would like to suggest to all the viewers to start the SIPs in mutual funds.
Okay.
So that is nothing but systematic investment plan. Every month certain amount will be cut from your bank account, and which will be turned into huge amount. I would like to give one example. If you are saving 7,500 rupees every month in SIP, you can select any SIP. There are number of providers are there who are going to provide systematic investment. To name a few, there is SBI Small Cap Fund is there, Axis Long Term Fund is there, DSP Mid Cap Fund is there. So if you save 7,500 rupees from your salary or from anywhere, and if you are only you need to do SIP of 7,500. If you are saving for putting that amount for 15 years continuous, you should not withdraw that amount from the bank account. Then some of you may put it for 15 years, some of you may put 7,500, some of you may put 3,000, some of you may put 5,000. I will give just example of 7,500 or 15,000. So 7,500 is better. So if you are putting 7,500 for continuously every month for 15 years, at the end of 15 years, you will get minimum 50 lakhs. 50 lakh. It is straightforward calculation of cumulative interest.
Okay.
So I would like to advise the viewers that start SIP as early as possible. As early as possible. Means suppose if your son is there, he is having age of say 10 years. So at the age of 25, he will get 50 lakhs.
Okay.
If your age is 35 or 40, at the age of 50, you will get 50 lakhs. If you save 15,000 every month, you will get 1 crore at the end of 15th year. So this is advice from my end. Don't invest directly in shares. Don't invest anywhere. Just do systematic investment. That's it. Don't do any FD. Don't go to post office. It is not at all required. So just do SIP.
We have also realized the importance of saving in the last 2 years in the pandemic.
Yes.
When completely there was huge crisis in the financial domain. Savings have saved a lot of people.
Yes.
So saving is very much important, and your advice will be very, very essential for all the viewers who is watching this particular interview. Now we will go for a couple of rapid fire questions quickly. So which city would you like to prefer for any company visit?
Pune.
Pune, Bangalore,
Because
Delhi or Mumbai?
they are everywhere. On all sides, industries are there. It is very easy to reach there.
Right.
4 hours from here. Students also want Pune. Parents also want Pune.
Right.
Because of that, we also are going to Pune.
Which mode of teaching would you prefer? Online, offline or hybrid?
Only offline. No online. Because we have experienced students are just on their mobile and they are doing
Some other activities.
any other thing in the home. There is no concentration. Whatever teacher is talking, they are not going to understand. So only offline I am going to recommend.
Okay. Now you have also served a couple of years into academics as well. So which class of students you enjoy the teaching most? Whether it is second year, third year or final year or PG students?
Third year only.
Okay.
Because third year students, they are going to be ready for the interviews in the final year.
Okay.
Final year students, they are not in our hand.
Right.
So already they are placed or they are doing the preparations of placement. Third year student, whatever we are saying, they are listening because we want to give them information about the upcoming drives and all these things. And they are studious fellows.
Right.
So third year students, I used to teach.
So which is your most favorite job? Teaching, company visit, coordinating placement drive or anything else?
All things are favorite. Everything is favorite. Company visit is that too favorite one because we are going meeting new people.
Right.
Academics is today you take lecture or tomorrow you take lecture.
Yes. This one
Things
is-
will not change. Student will be same,
Right.
subject will be same, topic will change.
Right.
But company visit we used to meet
New
new people and we are getting new directions. So company visit is one of the
favorite.
favorite thing.
Which was your favorite span of the complete life? Because you have mentioned about your PhD tenure. You have only served as only one bachelor, single
Yes,
person,
yes, single
for
person.
3 years.
Yes.
So, which was your favorite span of the life? Childhood, college life, after bachelor's, the duration when you went for the
PhD life. Means
Okay.
I am not bachelor at that time, but I used to live like a bachelor.
right.
So that is very nice time. I can enjoy my schedule. No one is there to bother me. I need whatever I want. I am cooking or I am going to hotel. No one is asking me. No time limit. Nothing. I used to work in laboratory till 2 o'clock. I can sleep in home till 10 o'clock. So
Okay.
that was the very nice time.
I hope ma'am is not seeing this particular interview.
Madam knows these things.
Great. Now, sir, we will be concluding this particular interaction and interview with one of the very valuable and important message from your side to two kind of people, or two of the communities. One is all the budding, aspiring students who are getting for the placement preparation in the next couple of months. They are across all the institutes across India. And one is for all those hardworking training and placement officers across the country who are with the same inspiration, with the same passion, with the same spirit, working tirelessly day and night. So, for one message for all the students out there who are working tirelessly for the placements, good placements to happen, and one message to all the training and placement officers. So,
For students, they need to do hard work and sincerity, because in pandemic we have observed that students are not preparing, they are not sincere, they are making so many kind of things, like they are attaching the screens, online interviews, online drives. So be sincere, this is, and hardworking, this is message for students. Even though you are not getting selection in one company, you will definitely get chance to work in another company. So for that, you need not go for malpractice and all these things. You will get success for one time, but for a whole life you will be affected because of that. So student need to be polite, sincere, and hard work. This is my message for all the students. For training and placement officers, of course they are doing their job, so I can advise them to prepare their students for whatever drives are coming, to get prepared them. Don't just bring the drive and ask them to appear for the drive. It is duty of the training and placement officer to make sure that that particular student is giving that particular drive in good manner. Like maybe they can arrange mock interviews, they can arrange some sessions. Suppose XYZ company is coming for the drive, so they should contact some person from XYZ company, and they should have one or two lectures, one lecture at least, to their students, so that at least they will come to know that what kind of activities are going on in the company. So that is my advice to training and placement officers, which will help them in placing good number of students in that particular drive.
yes. So, viewers, you might have got the so many of fruitful insights to all the viewers who are watching this particular interview. So, Dr. Shah sir has covered so many aspects of his entire life, that may be academics, that may be training and placement, that may be the employability enhancement of the students, that may be giving exposure to all the students, those who are preparing for global education, entrepreneurship, many other things. So I hope you might have received so many insights from this entire interview. I express my sincere gratitude, and I must say thank you to Dr. Abhijeet Shah sir for giving us this valuable time and unfolding the success story of the huge and great successful legacy which RIT is carrying since last more than 4 years under his dynamic leadership. So I thank you so much. I express my gratitude towards you from on behalf of entire team of Shikuya. Thank you so much for giving us the time and unfolding your entire journey in front of all our viewers.
Thank you for inviting me for this particular session, blog session, and hopefully students, training placement officers, other members, those who are watching this particular video will definitely get benefit out of this particular session. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.